Motorcycle Adventure Dirt Bike TV is proudly supported by Giant Loop, Rally Raid Products and Adventure Moto. We left Kashgar on a brand new 4-lane freeway and headed southeast to Yacheng for an overnight stay. The following day we tracked southeast from Yacheng and watched the Himalayas gradually emerge from that flat plain. And we began climbing. We would travel on road G219 for days and had wrongly assumed that because it was a main road it would be easy riding. Torrential rain and heavy flooding in the area a week before we arrived would mean these next few days were going to be a challenge. Another thing we got wrong was altitude. We had expected altitudes of up to 12,000 feet. Little did we know that by the end of the first day we would be wrestling our bikes through deeply rutted roads at over 16,000 feet. At those heights, the thought of getting debilitating altitude sickness becomes a reality.
If you look directly above, you can actually see the road. Like, we're really starting to seriously climb now. Don't make a mistake. That's my advice. Some of the challenges of mountain passes. Let's just hope no one comes around the corner. Looking alright.
Hey mate, guess where we are? We're in the Himalayas.
It was hard to believe we're in the Himalayas. The 12 months of planning and the $4,000 US cost to ride through China had all been worth it. To ride in these remote areas, you require a guide and an interpreter and four-wheel drive support. When we initially left Kashgar, we felt this support was unnecessary, but by the end of the trip we would suggest this support is essential. Although our bikes had a fuel range greater than 500 k's, finding fuel in the extremities of the Xinjiang province was an impossible task without the help of the guide.
It's really interesting, you know, we've been at 3,000 to 3,500 metres for the last couple of days. We went back down, but this time when we get to 3,300 metres, it's not nearly as bad. It's really good. I think we're acclimatising, but anyway, time will tell.
Well, we found ourselves a roadblock, or more to the point, a road making block. Behind me they're just laying a road through quite a high pass. We're currently at 4,200 metres. So we're higher than Mont Blanc at the moment, and it does feel it.
So we're at 4,200 metres, and this is what happens to a packet of crisps. And now, well, we're in another little tangle here. The mud is about a foot thick. Life has become pretty difficult for us.
I was sure I was going to drop it in that mud.
Yeah?
My God. It was hardly put my feet on the ground. I had to paddle all the way through the deep mud and the rocks with all that load on. It was horrendous. At an altitude of no bloody breath hardly.
If you have a look down the valley, there are people stuck, just trucks everywhere. They've had some torrential rain in China lately, and it's washed out many of the roads. Oh, yuck. It's about foot deep mud. We're at about 4,800 metres. We're doing it pretty tough. fighting lack of oxygen and having to contend with trucks throwing up the dust like this. You can't see. It's very tough. This is getting really challenging now. This is tough going. We're at 5,000 metres or just under 5. This road is tough. John's got through now. Oh, there's a bit of breathing to be done. The road drops off really quick. He's through. Well, that was quite a surprise to get to just short of 5,000 metres. We really haven't acclimatised to that altitude, and it'll be good to get down a bit lower, and we're plummeting now. John's having trouble up there in the mud. The two Johns are stuck, but the Chinese are helping them through. They're wonderful people. Thank you. What's that? Don't hit the pole. What's the pole? The pole. You can't hit the pole.
That's what I'm going to do.
Go. It's alright. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Unbelievable. Now we've got a really interesting problem now. We've moved way ahead of the guide and we'll be coming up to a military checkpoint, and we've been asked to wait there. But I honestly don't think that the guide's vehicle will get through what we've just got through. Anyway, let's cross our fingers. And after that most adventurous track, we come out the other side on this pristine tar and a nice sunny afternoon with snow caps in the distance. Work that out.
We arrived in Mazar around 7 p.m, but our guides were in for a much longer day, not striking camp until early morning. Considering the state of the road, I'm still not sure how they managed to get there at all. In the morning, we reflected on what had been a challenging day.
What a brilliant day yesterday was. Lots of altitude gain, lots of twisty roads, lots of very damaged roads that we had to go through, caused by flood damage. Very interesting all the same, and a real challenge.
Yesterday, probably one of the most challenging days I've ever done on a big adventure bike. I think it's probably the roughest main road I've ever been on.
Well, what can I say about yesterday? It was fairly challenging, very challenging in fact. We were at altitudes up to 5,000 metres, so oxygen levels were quite deprived, and the state of the roads are horrendous. On the map this is a main highway. Fortunately we got down to a lower level and just found a little bit of a workers' compound with some what you can really call tin garages, but they had beds in, and we holed up there here for the night purely because it was somewhere safe and somewhere warm.